Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to The Art of Kindness, where we have compassionate conversations with artists from all areas of the entertainment industry who are using their voice to spread joy and make this big spinning planet in the universe a better place to be. I'm Robert Peterpaul, and I'm so glad you're here. Hello, friends. This is Robert Peterpaul from the Art of Kindness podcast on the Boopway Podcast Network. Just kidding. It's the Broadway Podcast Network, and I love them. And I'm so grateful to be here with Sarah, who's the best. We are at opening night of Boop the Musical, which is such a joyous time. I cannot recommend this show enough. We're going to talk with the cast and creative team and boop our way through this incredible evening here at Sardi's. It's raining, so we're inside, which I appreciate. It's going to be the best time ever, so please stay tuned as we hear from them. Boop, boopy doo. I love you. I love Broadway Podcast Network, and I love Sarah, who's running sound right now and laughing at me because I am a kindness Muppet. Talk to you soon.
My name is Anastacia McCleskey, and I play Carol Evans in Boop the Musical.
In this beautiful musical.
I know, right?
On theme with the show, I would love to know, on this insane night that I think is 10 years in the making, what is your something to shout about?
Oh, gosh.
What are you shouting about tonight?
Tonight, I'm shouting about gratitude. I'm grateful to be a part of this show. It's an amazing team, an amazing cast, an amazing story that we all need right now, and I think it'll be around for a long time, so gratitude.
I couldn't agree more. And you're so wonderful on the show.
Thank
I'm
you.
Trying not to fanboy over here.
Thank you so much.
In line with that gratitude, I would love to know, is there an act of kindness from someone in the cast or on the crew that stuck out to you during this process?
I would have to say my dresser, Diamond. Diamond, we met last year when I was in Suffs. And she
also so good.
Thank you. And she came on board for this, and she's just been the calm and the storm for me and Angelica, who plays Trisha. She's a wonderful light, and I'm just so grateful that she's here with us on this experience.
Yeah, I just can't say enough good things about this show. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And one of the really fun things about Betty Boop is her sidekicks.
Yes.
She's got Pudgy. She's got Grampy.
Yep.
And so I would love to know, who would be your Pudgy if you were going to another world?
Oh gosh. Well, you know what? Honestly, I have a dog named Flower, and that's my homie. She's my homie. She gets me through everything. Yeah, it would be Flower.
Yeah, that's blooming awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna go before I make more dad jokes, but I hope you have the best night ever. It was so good to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Yeah, keep shining.
Yes.
My name is Susan Birkenhead. I'm the lyricist, which means I write the words to the music.
I love the music. I'm obsessed with the show. I think it is so needed in this time.
Oh,
I know
God, yes.
It's about 10 years in the making. So speaking of lyrics, what's your something to shout about tonight? What's making you shout tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah, specifically.
Oh, my Lord. Thank God it's here and it's opening. It's been a long process.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful that it's finally come to fruition and it's finally opening.
Okay.
And all of the elements seem to be right. So I'm crossing my fingers and
toes.
you know how opening nights are. Terrifying. Yes.
Yes, and also hopefully exciting, and all your hard work's going to pay off.
But I have to really single out our producer, who is a man who cares about everybody involved, who lets it be known, who hangs around, and
the corner.
He's really extraordinary.
Aww.
I've worked with a lot of producers, really good producers, but never anybody so quite as warm and human and smart.
I love that. That's a great combination.
Yeah.
Warm and human and smart. As we wrap up here, I want to let you enjoy the night.
Yes.
We're doing a fun social media question, which is, if you were going to go to another world, who would be your Pudgy? Who would be sort of your sidekick?
Who
you
would
bring
be
in?
my Pudgy?
Yeah.
My four-legged sidekick?
Yeah, like a friend.
Oh.
Could be Emily here.
Well, my dog Chloe, who unfortunately died, but she would have been my sidekick, I think.
I love that.
But of all the people who are with us still, that's pretty hard because I have a lot of friends and 4 children, and so
good.
it's difficult.
You got a
to
good
choose.
system. You could take them all to another world.
I could take them all.
Yeah.
I'll take them all.
I love that. Well, I'm sure you're going to take them all tonight into the theater to enjoy this beautiful show. Thank you for this show, seriously.
Thank you.
It's bringing so much joy, and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Cheers with the mics.
Hello, I'm Aubie Merrylees. I play Oscar in Boop. I play Betty's cartoon director in the cartoon world. Sort of make all of her shorts.
Yeah, it's great. Not literal shorts, but video shorts.
All of her short films.
There we go.
Yeah.
Maybe shorts too on a summer day.
Yeah.
I love it. The show is so beautiful. It's one of my favorite
Thank you.
new shows. I've been, amping it up to everybody, and I think you are so funny, so
Thank you.
great, so high energy in this show.
It's so fun to do.
Yeah, it seems like it's fun. And so when we go into opening tonight, what specifically is kind of your something to shout about?
God, it's like there's this thing that a lot of times as actors we're sort of like keeping a big life inside, but like tamped down kind of.
Yeah.
And in this show, I get to be so big, so expressive, so crazy. He's a literal cartoon character. He's
Yeah.
also experiencing, I think everyone in this piece is sort of waking up. To me, there's a piece about like awakening.
Yeah.
And so, and that's obvious with Betty, but like, she leaves the cartoon world, goes to the real world, sees color for the first time. But for me, like, I'm discovering emotions for the first time and sort of like, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but like, but to me, that is so fun to play, and I get to play it in such a big way. There's like a child aspect to it, and that's really moving to me.
Yeah, it's literally a play, and you're playing,
Yes.
and it's so fun for the audience too. My podcast is called The Art of Kindness, so I would love to know if there's an act of kindness from this process that stuck out to you, something somebody did for you that really brightened your day.
God, that's such a great question.
Thanks. I'm sure there's a lot, and I hope
there
there's
are
a lot.
so many, and it's like from moments of people checking in with you when you're having a hard day, people being like, I see you. But I mean, I'm in this, it's funny, I wasn't like gonna ever planning to talk about this, but like I'm in this piece because of kindness and generosity. I was an audition reader for this show.
Wow.
And Jerry and I was Jasmine's audition reader for her final callbacks, and Jerry was like, God, we love that reader. And they needed someone, or they were like recreating the part. And Jerry was like, what about that reader?
Wow.
And brought me in. And I was like, well, this is my part to lose. And then I showed up, and it was me and a bunch of like 65-year-old men. So I was like, maybe it's not my part to lose. But Jerry just cast me because he wanted to work with me. And so that is like a supreme act of generosity.
That's unbelievable.
And that's why I'm here.
That's insane. Thanks for sharing that story.
Yeah,
As a fellow reader over here, now I'm like, well, I look around the corner.
Yeah,
That's
you
amazing.
you never know who's watching.
That's awesome. In a positive way.
Yeah,
I think that's
in a
really
positive
amazing.
way, yeah.
And a fun social media question we're asking before I let you go enjoy your night here, which is going to be so good, is if you were going to go to another world, who would be your Pudgy?
Oh, who would be my Pudgy?
Like your little sidekick with
I'm sort of a stuffed animal guy, and I have
I like that.
some stuffed animals from my childhood that like make me think of like. Anyway, I'm sure I have.
Do you have
this
the hammock that they all sit in? Did you ever have one of those?
I did have one of those. I don't anymore.
Yes.
But I have this Dumbo, and I love elephants. I love the idea of having a flying elephant sidekick.
I love that too.
Yeah.
Well, elephants are lucky, and I wish you all the luckiness tonight. Thanks
you.
for stopping to talk. This was
Yeah.
so fun.
Thanks for chatting.
And keep your wig on.
How did
We're
you know?
wigging out. No spoilers.
Nice
Thank
to
you.
meet
It's so nice to meet you too.
My name is Ainsley Melham. I play Dwayne in Betty Boop, in Boop, the Betty Boop musical.
Boop. I know. I keep saying Betty Boop the musical.
I know.
Boop
Well,
the Betty Boop
here she
musical.
is right now.
There she,
Betty
boop, boop 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 for you.
That's
and when
right.
I'm talking to you, I would love to know. This show is, I think, 10 years in the making.
Uh-huh.
You know, we're finally here tonight on this opening. What is your something to shout about? Like, what are you most excited for tonight?
Oh gosh. Well, this is my first original Broadway cast. So I've been here and I've performed on Broadway before, but I've never had the pleasure of originating a role. So I guess my something to shout about is, the very humbling opportunity to be able to stand up and originate a role in this new musical.
As you channel all these icons, like I'm sensing some Dean Martin, I'm sensing so many jazz legends in your body.
Yes, that's very kind. Yeah, definitely where the inspiration is coming from. All of those beautiful crooners like Dean Martin and Sinatra, and then like the amazing dancers like Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire. Like they're the icons that we're channeling in the show. Yeah.
And the wide open joy. I feel like you don't see that enough on Broadway. Like people throwing their arms open like you're doing in this show.
Yeah, truly. I mean, it's joy on stage. I feel like it's translating off stage. Certainly at the end of every show, we have huge smiles, people singing back at us, and just walking out of the theater humming the songs. So, you know, if there's one way to leave a show, I feel like it's like that.
And unfortunately, it's
smiling.
It's a little rare these days to remember the music, but I walked out of there knowing all the songs. I'm like, where's this cast album? I need to get it now.
Good, I'm glad.
You know, looking at that sort of joy off stage, I'm wondering, my show on the network is The Art of Kindness. So is there an act of kindness from this process that stands out to you?
Oh, gosh. You know, I mean, it starts at the top with our leader, Jerry Mitchell. And he establishes such a beautiful, open, kind space, started in the rehearsal room and continued into the theater. So, you know, it starts with a very big act of kindness from him, you know, in extending that joy and love to all of us, and then it runs through the company.
I love that. Yeah. And I'm going to let you go enjoy your night, but my last question is like a silly social media one.
Yeah.
It's fun, which is, if you were going to go to another world, who would be your Pudgy?
Oh my gosh.
Who are you bringing with you?
Pudgy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a sidekick.
Like a sidekick.
Yeah.
Can this person be real, or is
I always say sidekick like this. I don't know why.
Sidekick.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do you like it? Yeah, it can be a real person. Wherever you want to go with it.
You know, well, I have a beautiful relationship with my younger sister in the show, Trisha, who's played by Angelica Hale. So if I was going to go to another world, I'd probably take my real biological sister, Nadia, who's also younger than me, and we get along so well, so she's going to be my sidekick. Yeah.
Shout out to Nadia. We'll have the best time tonight. Congratulations.
Thank
the
you.
show is everything to me and so many people.
Thank you.
Enjoy it. Take it all in.
I absolutely will. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Angelica Hale, and I play Trisha in Boop the Musical, and this is my Broadway debut.
Congratulations.
So. Oh,
You
thank
were so amazing in this show, from the performance to the voice. I could go on.
Oh, thank
I would
you.
love to know, 10 years in the making, Boop is. So
Wow.
what is your something to shout about tonight now that it's finally opening in the world?
I mean, I could say this over and over again, but the songs, the music in this show
so
is
good.
incredible. Again, props to David and Susan for the amazing. It's just so good. Ever since I started working on this, the songs have been stuck in my head. I mean, I can't get them out. It's actually a problem. But also just the incredible costumes. Oh my God. And then the cast. I mean, good gosh, I love every single one of everyone here. They're just amazing, and you can tell that there's so much love and passion that is being put into the show. And that's like, I think without that, I mean, what would the show be? I mean, the show is all about love.
Without
and,
love,
yeah.
to quote another Jerry Mitchell
Exactly.
situation.
Exactly.
You mentioned
Exactly.
costumes and love. I'm even thinking about the scene where you're talking about love with Betty.
Yes.
And you have XOs on your shirt.
I
mean, it's
do.
like so
It's all intertwined.
The
It's
details
all
are amazing.
Connected.
Well, looking at that connection and love, my show is called The Art of Kindness.
Oh,
so
I love that.
Thanks. I would love to know if you, now we're just saying, everyone take a shot every time we say love. So I would love to know if you have an act of kindness you can share from this show. Is there something somebody did for you during this process that stands out?
Oh my gosh, I just want to say my dresser, she's the most amazing person ever. She has been just like, and I just want to say everyone in the show has been going down because it's sixth season. Oh my gosh, she's been out for 2 days and she's back now, but she's been one of the most, I think she's been like my like support girl. I love her so
that.
much, and she's just genuinely so sweet.
What's her name? Let's try
Her
it out.
name is Diamond. Diamond,
Diamond
if
in
you're
the
listening, I love you so much. But she's just like having, and everyone here has been so kind, so considerate, and so just generous, and it's so lovely to be a part of something like this, especially where everyone
I love
is.
that. Has anything surprised you about being in a Broadway show?
Oh my gosh. I remember when I first, I did the show in Chicago as well. I was so scared of the concept of doing 8 shows a week. I was like,
a lot.
I know. Well, obviously, I knew Broadway shows were very intense. That's obviously, but I was like, I tried not to think about it too much, but I was able to do it. And so I think that's what surprised me is I was actually able to keep up because I'm not really a professionally trained Broadway star, because I know people train from the beginning as to do Broadway, but my voice teacher and I have been working now since Chicago to train for this now. So it's obviously a little easier. When I was going into this, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
It's pure magic. I mean, you literally sound like a live recording. So whatever you're doing is working. Keep doing it.
Shout out to my vocal coach, Chair Simon. Love you.
We do. So before I let you go enjoy your night, we're asking a fun question for social media. If you were going to go to another world, who would be your Pudgy? Who would be sort of your sidekick that you would take with you?
Oh my gosh. It would be my little sister. My little sister would spice things up so crazy, because she's like me. And she's like a little version of me, but she's so talkative and she's so energetic. Like, I feel like that would be so funny to bring her, but she's definitely my sidekick.
That's awesome.
Sure.
In theme with the show, with the
Very
little sister
much
vibes.
so.
I love that.
Yes.
Well, congratulations. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice
Have
to
fun
meet you.
tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Yay. I can grab your mic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Tristen Buettel. I'm in the ensemble. And yeah, it's opening night.
And you're so great in this show.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
This is one of the best ensembles I think I've ever seen, because everyone catches your eye.
Everyone has their moment,
Yeah.
you know? And Jerry Mitchell is so incredible. He really knows everyone's strengths and what they do best. And I feel like everyone's track is so individually made just for them. And we all get to shine in what we do best.
I love that.
Thank you.
Well, I'm looking at that with Jerry. A lot of people have said Jerry to this. My podcast is called The Art of Kindness. Is there an act of kindness that stands out to you from this process that, made your day or your week?
Oh my gosh. I guess just kind of getting asked back from Chicago. I did it in Chicago, and you never know with a new original Broadway company what's going to happen between the out of town and Broadway, and so they asked me back, and I'm here, and it's truly been the greatest. I was a kid when I saw Hairspray with Jerry Mitchell. I was like 11 or 12 seeing Legally Blonde. I didn't even know what any of the lawyer terms meant. And I was like, Mom, what does this mean?
Can I approach?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's totally just the best moment right now to be in his company and to have done it in Chicago and to do it on Broadway now.
I love that. Well, you all deserve it. I hope you soak it up.
Thank
Before
you.
I let you go,
Yes.
we're doing a silly social media question, which is, if you were going to go to another world, who would be your Pudgy? Who would be your sidekick that you're taking with ya?
My mom's dog, her name is Mimi.
Oh, Mimi!
She is 10 years old, but she is everything, and I'm obsessed with her.
What kind of dog is Mimi?
She's a toy poodle, so she's about 6 pounds.
Oh, Mimi. That's
Mimi.
so cute. I love it. You got to bring Mimi backstage one day to meet Pudgy.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
thank
my
you so
goodness.
much. It was so nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to
Enjoy
meet
your
you.
night.
I'm Bob Martin. I'm the book writer for Boop, the musical.
Congratulations. This is
Thank
one
you.
of, you've written some of my favorite shows, but this is now one of my new favorite shows.
Oh, thank you very
You're
much.
such an iconic writer. I'm wondering, speaking of the words of the show, what is your something to shout about tonight as we go into this opening?
Oh, man. Well, it's been it's a crazy thing for me. Here I am in Sardi's. My picture's on the wall here somewhere.
Oh,
and it's
okay, flex.
like that alone is insane. I grew up in Canada. I didn't see a Broadway show till my mid-20s, and so to be here, part of this community, this really loving community of incredibly talented people, it's just joy and something I just couldn't have seen coming.
I love that. That's how I felt about Boop. I was blown away. I think everyone needs to go see the show. There's such crisp dialogue in this. I'm wondering, do you have a favorite line? I know it might be like kind of talking about killing your darlings, but like now picking your babies. I don't know if that's hard for you.
I don't know if I have a favorite line. I absolutely love the scene on the roof where they sing Why Look Around the Corner.
Yeah.
And the dialogue that leads into that song is really, really touching. And when Dwayne says, I was looking for something that I couldn't name, and that's why it was so hard to find, but I found it. And he turns to her, and I tear up every time that moment happens. Ainsley's so beautiful at delivering it, and Jasmine is
such a star.
She's such a star.
Yeah.
It's a rare thing. Even if you don't know anything about Boop, come and see Jasmine.
Yeah.
Come and see this woman who's making her Broadway debut, and we're going to be seeing her for decades to come. I think she's just a star.
She is a star. And you know what's great about her is that she's also kind. And my podcast is called The Art of Kindness, so I would love to know for you, is there an act of kindness someone did for you during this process that stands out?
There really has been so many. I mean, Stephen DeRosa has been a great companion. He plays Grampy in the show.
So good.
And in
I don't know
Chicago.
how he talks so fast.
Oh, he's so great. I know, right? And I gave him all this, pseudo-scientific physics language that he had
So good, yes.
He's been a real support for me. Jen Bender has been a real support to me through the development of this show over the years. There have been so many people. Rick Ellis, who I co-wrote Smash with, has talked me down off the ledge several times.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful to a lot of people.
Yeah, what an exciting time. Before I let you go, I have a social media question, which is if you were going to travel to another world, who would your Pudgy be? What sidekick are you bringing with you?
Wow, who would my Pudgy... Well, first of all, I have to say that the longest relationship I ever had in my life outside of family was with my cat.
Oh!
My cat, Tippy.
What kind of cat?
She was a gray cat, gray and white cat. What is the equivalent of a mutt equivalent of a cat?
Yeah.
A farm cat, actually. And she was my companion for 21 years.
Wow.
So Tippy would be with me.
I'm now a cat dad. I'm just turning into a cat person.
I'm a huge cat person.
We got two, and I miss them right now. But I'm excited to be here with you, and I'm going to tell them about it later. Thank you so much. Congratulations. I so admire you. I hope you have the best night.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm wearing a green color. Sorry, my name is Jon Rua, and I'm wearing a suit that's green. What color green? I'm unsure, but
Sort
it's
of like
not
an army.
Army. It's not bright.
Eucalyptus-ish.
And then I have a very beautiful marigold tie. And for me, I knew. Well, actually, I didn't know, but I had a feeling that Jerry was going to wear black and white. And Jerry was like, you know what, John? I'm going to do this show called Boop, and I want you to bring some of what you do to it. And it just happens to be that what I do to it is bring some color to the movement, to the color world. So
needed.
I decided to wear some color.
This is now one of my favorite shows of all time. I'm
really
obsessed with this show. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As we are at tonight, opening, what is your something to shout about? What's making you most excited right now?
What makes me most excited about this entire thing was, for the past 2 years, it's been nothing but joy in the creative process. Jerry Mitchell helms a space that makes everyone better, and it's reminiscent in every aspect of the show. I think that's probably why you love the show. It's, of course, what makes up the show speaks to it, but his vision and his energy lives in every moment, and I'm just very grateful. That's really what I would shout about.
I love that. There's such an optimism at the core of the show, and such a joy. And I mean, the choreo blew me away, and the ensemble, I think it's one of the best ensembles I've ever seen. Everybody's meshing.
And also, everyone has to do so many different things.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not just doing one style. They're doing a variety of different things.
Oh my
really
gosh, it's wild. And the callbacks, too. Even the callback, I don't even know the technical terms, but like with the linking in the arms.
They're really honoring playing the cartoon world in the cartoon world, and how humans can be cartoons in their own way as well.
Yeah.
And they do it in a way that really reminds you of what it's like. The irony is they're using a cartoon world and the behavior of human beings in the real world in a cartoon fashion at times to remind you of what it is to be human.
Yeah. Oh, I
to
love
have
that.
the innocence and the purity of what it is to love and have gratitude towards the things that really matter.
Yeah.
And a lot of shows don't always leave you with that, and this show makes sure that you leave with that so clearly.
Well, as we leave with love and let you go enjoy your night, I have a silly social media question.
All right, tell me.
If you were going to be transported to another world, who are you bringing with you? Who's your Pudgy? Who's your sidekick?
Oh my God! If I was in my life, oh, my partner Jana.
Oh, that's a good answer.
But she has to come with our dog Jet.
There you go. You got two, like Grampy and
Yes,
Pudgy.
every single time I see Pudgy too, I think of Jet. And anyone who has a dog, I'm telling you right now, anyone, you can't even see me, so you can hear me.
Hi, ASMR.
Anyone who has a dog, and you come to the show, just know you're going to fall in love even more with your dog by the time you leave.
Oh my gosh, so good.
That's
Thank
it.
you so much.
No worries.
So
not a
nice to
problem.
meet you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Yeah, of course.
Pudgy is joining us. We're mainly a podcast, so not everyone can see you in Pudgy. Except for some social media videos, which we'll be sure to share. If you wouldn't mind just starting out introducing yourself and your role in the show, that would be great.
Yes. My name is Phillip Huber, and I work Pudgy the Dog in the show. That's Betty's best friend and also a very good companion for Grampy and Valentina in the show.
Can Pudgy say hello, too, to everybody listening? Woo! Hey, Pudgy! You're so cute. You're such a good boy. Now, what an exciting night. 10 years in the making. The show is so amazing. It's one of my new favorite shows. I got the privilege of seeing it the other night. And the way you sort of like disappear but also put all your energy into this puppet at the same time is so masterful. What is your something to shout about tonight? What are you most excited for tonight?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm just excited for the whole cast because this is a brilliant cast and we feel so much like a family, you know. I just love every single one of them and I'm happy for this experience. For myself, of course, but for everybody. I just think this is a wonderful, wonderful time. I've known Jerry for 30 years. We worked together so long ago with a couple of other productions. And he remembered me and brought me into this show, and I just feel so grateful for it.
Yeah, what an act of kindness. You know, I think you said, are there 27 strings on Pudgy? 20-something? Okay,
correct.
Do you have a favorite string to pull, like sort of a favorite move?
Well, the tongue string is always a good one because he likes to lick everybody and just stick his tongue out and pant, of course, and everything that dogs do. But they like to taste everything and they like to smell everything.
I was also going to ask you and Pudgy here if there's an act of kindness so far throughout this process that has really stuck with you. My podcast is The Art of Kindness. You kind of shared one about Jerry bringing you on, but...
Yes, yeah, well... Oh, it's so hard to say because there's just so many of them that go on constantly. Everybody is very thoughtful of everybody else in the cast. And if I have any problems with the strings or anything like that, everybody's always looking out for me. And and I appreciate that. And I try and look out for everybody else as well.
I love that. Well, a social media question we're actually asking, which is perfect for you, is if you were going to go to another world, who would be your Pudgy? Who would you bring with you as a little sidekick?
It's a little sidekick. Wow, I don't know. Are you thinking for the cartoon world in particular? Or?
Yeah, the cartoon world, just another realm.
Oh gosh, that's so hard because there's so many characters that I like. I think I like some of the Disney Chip and Dale, the little chipmunks.
Oh, I love Chip and Dale.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fun. Okay, thank you so much. Start out by introducing yourself and
Hey,
saying
I'm
why
Jerry
you're excited to be here.
Mitchell, and I am the director and choreographer of Boop the Musical.
Boop the Musical is now one of my favorite musicals of all time.
Oh, that's
such
nice
a
to
joyous
hear.
time, like the perfect time for this to come out. 10 years in the making. I would love to know, Jerry, what is your something to shout about tonight specifically?
I think something to shout about is that the story is resonating with people. People are feeling happy when they leave. I've heard joy, 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 smiling from ear to ear. I can't stop smiling. You know, that's what I'm hearing from people as they're leaving the theater. And right now, with everything that's going on in the world, walking into the theater and realizing that love matters more than anything, and walking out with a smile on your face, that's a great feeling.
Well,
a great
mission
feeling.
accomplished.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that so much. You know, I admire your career as someone who's followed it. I wonder from, you know, Legally Blonde to Kinky Boots, which I got you this summer. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
To now Boop. These sort of like fish out of water characters, what continuously kind of inspires you about
You know,
that?
when I first got involved with the show, David's music, and David and Susan had written a few songs, and I was really, really taken by the music, and I wanted to dance to it. So that hooked me. Then I started to think about Betty Boop, and I said, well, we don't really know anything about her, and yet she stands for so many wonderful things: strength, power, independence, sexy, all the things I love. So I thought, but the thing that's missing is the love story. She's never been in a love story. So that's what we created. We created a love story with a character living in a black and white world, and when she travels to the real world and love finds love and has to go back, love follows her. When it kisses her, her world turns to color. So your life is never full of color till your life is full of love.
Yeah, you're never
Simple,
fully dressed
simple
with that
idea.
smile. I want to sing
also-
Gotta Dance now based off of what you were saying before. No, it's such a beautiful show. You know, and speaking of that color, that love, which is at the core of this show, and also like an internal sort of flame of optimism at the core of this show.
Yeah.
I would love to know, is there an act of kindness behind the scenes that someone did for you during this process that kind of stands out?
Oh, there's so many acts of kindness.
People have said you. Pretty much everybody that's come through has said you
There's
so far.
so many acts of kindness. First of all, I'm going to give a shout out to my associate choreographers, Rochelle Rack, Jon Rua, and my associate director, D.B. Bonds. I get a lot of credit as the director choreographer of a musical, but it's impossible for one person to do everything. And if you don't have people that you trust, who are equally as talented as you are, but just starting out, then you don't have any support system. And it can be very lonely being a director choreographer without that. So I've never felt lonely. I felt incredibly supported, and they really are as much a part of this project as I am.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that speaks to you too, because as someone who people look up to, I'm sure it can be intimidating for them. But
Sure,
obviously, you're an
sure.
open person.
It
So.
always surprises me when I meet people and they're intimidated by me, because I think I'm the least intimidating person in the world.
We'll stay that way. Good. I'm glad.
Maybe I just think it.
Bum bum bum. Boop, boop, boop. So we're gonna let you go enjoy your night here, but
Okay,
we have
thank
a
you so
silly
much.
social media question.
Okay.
If you can indulge us, if you were gonna travel to another world, who would be your Pudgy? Who would be like your
If I was going to travel
sidekick?
to another world with
like a sidekick, who would be your Pudgy? Who sort of are you taking
who
with
would
you?
be my Pudgy? I think I'd take my husband, Ricky
Oh.
Schroeder, who is Clarence, the black and white character with the megaphone, the assistant director.
So good.
Just to shout at me with the megaphone every 5 seconds.
I love that. Everybody needs a little megaphone shout.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you have the best time tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. I seriously love this show so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
The video is mostly for social. We are a podcast network, so no one can see how beautiful you look.
That's okay.
Aside for some video.
That's even better.
So if you could just start out by introducing
My
yourself.
voice is the thing.
Well, you
Okay.
got an iconic voice. So please use it to introduce yourself and say
Okay.
your role in the show.
Okay. Shall I do
Whenever
it
you're
now?
ready, yeah.
Okay. Hello. This is Faith Prince, and I play Valentina.
So good. Now, tonight is going to be an amazing night. I love the show. I had the privilege of seeing it this week. It's now one of my favorite shows ever. So joyful. I would love to know, Faith, what is your something to shout about tonight? What's making you most
Something
excited?
to shout about. No rehearsals anymore.
She's keeping it real. I love that answer. That's a great answer.
That's the truth.
And looking at that
Nothing
truth,
funnier than the truth.
I think so too. And looking at sort of the truth, this show is so optimistic and beautiful and has
It
such
is.
great messages.
It's a shot of B12. It's joy on a stick.
Great way to put it.
It is.
Better than I.
No.
So when I look at that, my podcast is called The Art of Kindness. I would love to know, is there an act of kindness from this process that sort of stands out to you? Something somebody did for you that sort of made your day?
You know, these kids are kind to me every day. And I have to tell you, it's funny being in this position. You know, at one time I was the youngest person in the cast. Now I'm the oldest person in the cast. And they make me feel present and accountable every day. The way they treat me, things they ask me, you know, and the respect.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that because they don't have to do that, you know.
Well, I mean, I think they should, and you've earned it. You're someone we all look up to and bring so much joy to people, especially in this time. So I'm grateful for this show.
So kind.
I'm
and
glad.
I think the show is kind.
Yeah.
And we don't have a lot of kindness in this world right now.
Well, would you say, too, looking at your whole career, I mean, having kindness as that ingredient, doesn't it make all the difference?
Well, you know, sometimes you think, what am I doing with my life? But sometimes you don't know how you affect other people's life and how it does change coming to see a live Broadway show, you know. And I've had people write me from all over the world just going, you know, that role, that show, it meant so much to me. Or I walked in and people identify with things, you know. Sometimes it inspires them to do their art or their work or what their passion is, you know. You just never know.
Yeah.
So
I love
I
that.
think it is important more than we know. It's not just ego and, you know, getting out there and tap dancing. It's heart and humanity.
Yeah, it's that connection.
It
Especially
is.
this show where the audience is certainly a part of it.
Definitely.
Yeah,
you
even
know.
sometimes staring at them with the one joke in the show that I won't spoil.
And that's what I'm hanging on to.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I'm going to let you go hang out and
Okay.
enjoy your night, but my last question is,
Yes?
for social media, if you were going to go to another world, who would be your Pudgy? Who would you bring with you as your sidekick? It could be anyone, anything.
No, what do you mean? Like
if you were transported to another world,
yeah.
just like Boop has, you know, Pudgy and Grampy, who would you bring as your sidekick through this
Probably
journey?
my dog Pip.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
It's a little Yorkshire Terrier.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, I had Pip and Peanut, and then my son took Peanut. And you know you love your son when you give him your dog. So I had 2 sidekicks.
Well,
now I'm down to 1.
You deserve a great Mother's Day gift. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly.
Okay. But thank you so much. It was such a joy to see you in the show and meet you.
All right, honey.
Yeah, have a great night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys are great.
Thank you. You too. So we are a podcast network.
There's no visual for this?
There's social visual.
Oh, there's social visual.
But mostly people listening cannot see how great you look in this suit you made yourself.
You wouldn't believe how good I look right now, for those of you who can't see this.
Please describe
it. It's a white cream with gold glitter underlay fabric that's made of, I don't know, it's a linen-esque. I don't know. All of a sudden, this has become QVC. I didn't mean to take time doing this. I have a show to open tonight, for God's sake.
It's a cream dream.
It's a cream dream?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that.
All right.
But since some people can't see you, can you please introduce yourself? Now you've described what you're wearing.
Well, that's right. I'm Broadway's Erich Bergen. And by Broadway's Erich Bergen, I mean currently I'm employed in Boop, the Betty Boop musical.
But you are Broadway's. I mean, you've done so much, from Chicago to hosting yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do. I'm a Broadway kid. I was born and raised here in the city, here in Chelsea. The first Broadway show I ever saw was at that theater right behind us, the Schubert. I saw Big the Musical in 1996.
Wow.
Changed my life. And, I've been obsessed with Broadway forever. I've gotten to do a few Broadway shows, but this is the first time I've originated a Broadway show, a role on Broadway. I know, neither can my agent, but here we are.
So, I mean, you're getting huge laughs in this show. This show is filled with so much joy. I would love to know, as we open tonight, 10 years in the making this show has been, from what I've heard. What is your something to shout about? Like, what are you most excited for tonight on this opening?
I think the thing that I'm truly most excited to shout about is that this is entertainment with a capital E. There's so many incredible shows on Broadway right now. There's so much incredible art being made. And a lot of it is a lot of things that I've seen comment on the world outside and the world around us, but it kind of wags its finger at us and tells you what's wrong with the world, as opposed to telling the story on stage and letting the audience get from it what they want to get from it. And I tend to believe that more. I tend to side more with, you tell me your story and I'll learn from it what I'm supposed to learn from it, as opposed to being told what to learn from it. Just my particular taste. This show does that by asking the audience, turn off your brain, turn on your heart, and get some M&Ms at the bar at intermission. Yes. It's that kind of show. So if you're not looking for joy, don't come here. No. Really, I mean it, because it's not. If you're going to come here and say, like, there was so much tap dancing, which could be a new thing
coming to Broadway.
It's right. If you have a problem with glitter, this ain't the show for you.
No.
And I love that we're just making people happy. I mean,
we need that in this time more than
we
ever.
do, and it may not be for everyone, but I think a lot of people need it. Also, you get to see Faith Prince on Broadway.
Oh, yes.
And for God's sake, that's worth it.
And A Star is Born with Jasmine. I mean, there's so much going on in this show that
Jasmine's
I didn't see
ridiculous.
One person not smiling when we walked out. People were helping each other. Like, it really creates such a kind community.
It does.
And
it does.
I wonder for you, my show on the network is called The Art of Kindness.
Oh.
And so I would love to know if there's been an act of kindness throughout this process that stands out to you, something somebody did for you that, is very memorable.
Throughout the boot process.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Jerry Mitchell. I've worked with a million directors. I have never seen, do you know what it takes to put up a Broadway show? I couldn't do it. To stage a Broadway musical, to be director and choreographer, that is something that is, I wouldn't wish that spot on a dog. I don't know how anyone does that.
Yeah.
Jerry Mitchell does it, let's put it this way.
Full out.
Full out. Here's what I would say. When I'm folding laundry, I yell and scream and throw things. Jerry Mitchell puts up a Broadway musical with a giant smile, kindness, and does it in a way that makes everyone feel so great about the work that we're doing. And somehow we get out of rehearsal early. He gets things done so efficiently, and so it's wild. Yeah. I think it's because he sees it all in his head.
Yeah.
And he just puts that on stage. And the other thing is, he was one of us. He was a Broadway actor and dancer. I'm certainly not a dancer, but he was, one of the best Broadway dancers.
Yeah.
And he worked with some of the best directors and choreographers. So I think he is that connective tissue to the Jerry Robbins, and that era of musical theater, the stuff, the forefathers of this art.
The forefathers, I love that.
That's our connective tissue to that, and certainly Faith is as well. And I think getting to do this show with those two is it's a gift for this theater, kid.
It's a cream dream,
some
might say.
Wow, that it sounds dirtier the more you say it.
Well, from Jerry, from kind leaders to your character, I just need to know as an actor, and you don't have to share, but what's your philosophy? What is the inner monologue going through your head as you're on stage in this show? Because you're getting away with a lot until you're not. And it's hilarious, but I imagine you have to approach it differently, so it's more three-dimensional.
This is a character, I play a character who is pretty vile.
Yes.
But he also has a lot of comedy and there's a lot of laughs to land. So I have to walk a fine line during the show of when to be gross and when not to be gross. And I have an idea every night about what lines I do what on, but because it's my character is such a hot button issue. My character speaks to a lot of current events. It's a different show every night. The way that the audience reacts to me every night is I haven't found an average yet. I mean, even last night where we had all these friends and family in town who would come in for opening weekend, things were happening very differently than they ever had before. So I don't think that we're ever going to find the exact show. I think it's truly going to be different every night, and I'm going to have to bob and weave my way around.
That's fun. You're going to have to boop boopy do through it.
See, you are. Where do you come up with these things?
I don't know.
You're very fast.
I'm trying to get there. But I will say, thanks. Been called worse. I will say, please don't lose the audience. I won't spoil it. There's an audience lookout moment that I almost peed my pants at.
Yes.
And I think that probably hits every night because that's
it.
Really
it does until it doesn't.
True.
Listen. I get to say the words of Bob Martin. There is no better gift in the world for someone who loves comedy than to say the words of Bob Martin, because he's, let's put it this way. When I read the script, I don't really do a lot of acting in this show. I just say the lines. If you just say these lines, they're funny.
Yeah.
And I have a great gift in that way.
Well, you have a lot of gifts, and I'm going to give you a gift by letting you go. I just need to know
see what you did there. You the segues, my God.
There was a self-deprecating one, which I'm working on.
That was good.
Do you want to know why? Because when I was born in 1991, my mom. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm not going to
jeez, I thought we were going to be.
But
how much,
I will say,
I have to go do the show.
I know. I'm taking your spot. For social media, if you were going to go to another world, who would be your Pudgy? What sidekick are you bringing? Who are you bringing with you?
Oh. Well, there's my dog Daisy.
Oh.
And she's a golden retriever who kind of looks a little bit like a dachshund. She has the biggest butt I've ever seen, and then it becomes very narrow until it gets all the way to the end. It's like a dachshund front golden retriever.
Can you stop describing me?
I'm so sorry. It's very odd. She's a very odd dog, but she's full of love.
Oh.
And I'd like to take her everywhere I go. I think I'd be happy. We need more dogs. We need more dogs on stage.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Well, Odd and Full of Love describes this time together. It was so lovely to spend a little time with you.
Odd? What was odd about it?
Me.
Oh.
I'm the Odd.
My God.
You're full of love, and this was wonderful.
This got awkward.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
You too.
All I care about is love.
Cream dream.
We do. Cream dream.
Bye-bye.
# bye.
Oh, hi. I'm Nina Lafarga, and I am in the ensemble of Boop the Musical.
I was just saying, I think this is one of the best ensembles I've ever seen. This show is so joyful, and everyone catches your eye at a different point, but not one of you is really stealing it the whole time in the best way. Everyone's a star.
I know.
It's so
They're
joyful.
wonderful.
Looking at tonight, congratulations.
Thank you.
What is your something to shout about?
Ooh. My something to shout about is just being on Broadway again. I am so grateful to be a part of this show, and I love being a part of the Broadway community. And this show is so special. Jerry Mitchell is incredible, and to be creating a show from the ground up with someone like Jerry Mitchell is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, he's so brilliant, he's so warm and loving, and he includes us all in the process. And it's just been the most incredible experience.
That's on kindness.
Yeah.
My podcast is called The Art of Kindness on the network.
Oh, cool.
And so I was going to ask you if there was an act of kindness that stands out to you from this production. You said Jerry, which a lot of people have said, so you don't need to say another one, but you sure can.
I mean, I will. I'll keep it on Jerry because he really is. He brings so much warmth into the room, and he's been such a support in my life and my career, throughout my career. This is my second Broadway show with him, and he just comes in and is so uplifting and brings everybody to such a high level of creativity and fun, and it really just makes everyone work harder and
full out.
Just be literally full out. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I know I got to let you go.
Yeah.
So I would just like to end on this social media question. This is the fun, silly question, which is, if you're going to another world, who's your Pudgy? Who are you bringing with you? Who's like your sidekick?
Oh my God. Who
Becky,
is
look
my,
at her. No, sorry.
It is so big. My sidekick? Like what? Like an
like
animal?
Anything. And literally anything in life. It could be that chair. It could be your sister. It could be your dog.
I mean, you know what? It's my mom.
Oh,
because my mom has been my biggest supporter my whole life. She's coming here tonight. She's been to all my opening nights. She helped me get my outfit together. It's
love
mom.
That. And what a difference that makes to have a parent that supports your career in the arts.
Absolutely.
You know? Shout
I
out
feel
to
very
that.
grateful.
Yeah. Lucky you. Congratulations.
Thank
it was so nice to
you.
meet you.
Yes, nice
have
to meet
fun.
you. Woo.
Thank you. I'll grab your mic.
You.
Sorry.
No, I'm going to take it with me.
No, okay, take both. You look so good.
Thank you. Don't cry. Thank you, Robert.
Oh, 2 minutes. I got to keep it short. I'm like, shut up. I'm a Muppet. Okay.
No, you're not a Muppet.
We're
Well,
gonna-
you know what? Being a Muppet is great, actually.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Can I record that? Oh.
Yes. Hi, I'm Jasmine Amy Rogers, and I play Boop in Boop the Musical.
I can't stop smiling because you're so good at this show, and this show brings so much joy.
Thank
You know,
you.
10 years in the making.
Yeah.
I'm wondering for you, what's your something to shout about tonight specifically?
I'm going to say it. I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. It's my cast. I love these
I thought you said
people.
cat. I was like,
oh my
I
gosh.
thought you had a
No. My cast. Yes. Oh my gosh. They are everything to me. They all look gorgeous tonight. And they make coming to work so much fun. And they made rehearsing so much fun. And I love every moment that I'm in the theater with them. I really do.
Well, speaking of sort of that enunciation, your 11 o'clock number where you do the the way you do that.
Oh,
so good. I'm like, that's the word. Sorry, just needed to say that.
No, I love it.
But you know my show's called The Art of Kindness,
Yes.
so I would love to know, is there an act of kindness that stands out to you from this process?
Oh my goodness. You know, I think it's just the way that we hold each other up. We've had some sickness here and there, things like that every cast goes through. But the way this cast supports each other and loves each other as people and as individuals is really special. Yeah. You know, everybody is their own person, and we all just mesh together so well, and we have so much respect for each other. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
you don't always find that.
It's
Thank you.
boopyful.
It's
I know I gotta let you go. Sorry, I'm blacking out.
Oh my gosh.
I know I gotta let you go, but a silly question we have for social
Love
media
it.
is: if you're going to another world, who's your Pudgy? Who's your sidekick?
Oh
Who
my
you
God!
bringing
At this
with
point,
you?
I'm taking Ainsley. Okay, I'm taking him everywhere. If I can
love that.
if I can carry that man. One day I said to him, you know how dads like let their daughters like stand on their feet and they dance?
Yeah.
I said that's how close I need to be to you right now because I love that man. Everything. He's everything to me.
Get you someone who you can
Yes!
stand on their toes.
Absolutely, and he'll let me. That's the best part.
Good.
He's
I
the
love
best.
that. We'll do that tonight. Have the best time tonight.
Thank
Congratulations,
you.
friend.
Thank you. Good to
Yay,
see you, love.
Good to see you too. I'm so proud of you. Have fun. And the side door, lock it, change the locks. They're coming for you. Don't know what that was. I think I'm blacking out.
have the keys, but I love this guy.
And I love you too, and I secretly have the keys. Okay, I know I gotta let you go.
No,
So,
where am I going? No, we do. We have to go. We have our gypsy robe ceremony.
oh my gosh,
which
don't
we're
miss
honoring.
that.
Yeah, we don't want
So
to
I'm
miss
gonna
that,
keep
so
it quick.
yes,
If you could just
anything you
please
want.
introduce yourself, because we're a
Hi.
podcast.
I'm Stephen DeRosa, and I play Grampy Boop in Boop the Musical.
You are so good in this show. I would love to
thank you
know. My
kindly.
podcast is called the Art of Kindness. Is there an act of kindness that stands out to you from this process? I'm
Oh
sure
my
there are
God.
a lot, but
You know, Jasmine Amy Rogers is so generous and funny and wonderful. It's been a lesson for me because she sort of lives the philosophy of the play, which is believe in yourself and live in the moment. And then the other thing about the play is that love will come and surprise you and change your life.
yeah.
And I got and Jerry Mitchell surrounded himself. Bill Haber, our producer too, found all these people who want to give love and be generous in the process, in the creative process. And I think that thankfully, I hope that shows in the work in the show.
It definitely does. Everyone's beaming with joy. I gotta let you go. Speaking of love, I wish you came earlier because I love your vibe.
Sorry about that,
but have the best time tonight. Congratulations.
Listen, have me on another time.
Come on down.
I'm good at kindness.
Let's do it.
I love kindness. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I love that you love kindness. And give me my keys back. No, it was so good to see. Good to meet you. Have fun tonight. Thank you.